Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to episode 2 of Rebuilding Nottingham Forest, my FM20 beta series where we're trying to take two-time Champions League winners Nottingham Forest back to the very top. I'm not sure how many episodes we're going to do, we're just going to go with a flow, but I'm enjoying it. I think FM20 is pretty good. It's basically FM19 with a few tweaks, but I loved FM19. Right then. Before we start, first I want to say thank you for taking time out of your busy day to support me and the series. If you want to support me that a little bit more, smash the like button. Thank you very much. If you want to support me even more, you can pledge to my Patreon. All my patrons will be automatically entered in a draw to win a copy of FM20. They will also be part of my Munchen Club series. Now, I've also got, thanks to a few of my subscribers, multiple copies of FM20 to give away. I did a competition video on that. If you've not entered yet, go back, find it. It tells you how to enter. And I'll be drawing that when the full game's released at some point. So good luck to all you guys. Now, before we do start this video, I just want to say I did a podcast with a guy, a legend and a friend of mine called Ben DPB. He used to do this and he's brought it back. He's doing a series on his YouTube channel in association with a very popular site called Passion for FM. He's got loads of great guests lined up, but he had me on first. I'll put a link to that video down below in the description. Go and check it out, drop it a like, drop him a sub because he's got some great guests coming on. The video's only like 20 odd minutes long. It's quite a good little fun podcast to listen to, so yeah, for me, go and check it out. Go on, thank you very much. But first, we've got episode 2 of this, season 2. We're in the Premier League, remember? Now, if you watched episode 1, which I'm guessing you did, you'll have noticed we finished second. We got promoted to the Premier League. Leeds won the league. Brentford came third. They won the playoffs. Well, all three of us are the favourites to go straight back down, which is fair enough. I mean, it is what it is. I want to prove them wrong, but it wasn't going to be easy. I mean, I was going to struggle finding players. I was going to find some, but it's going to be players that were either unhappy, have requested to leave the clubs, were transfer listed or loan players. On FM19, I often said, don't worry when you're in the Premier League. It's mega bucks. You'll always be fine. I don't know if they've tweaked it, but this year it doesn't feel the same. And going through the season, it didn't feel the same. Now, we're in debt still. Normally, you get up promoted, you get a bit of money straight away. We don't seem to have done that. Now, I did mention in the end of our last episode, we took out a £19 million loan. So I had 37 million to spend, which is a lot of money. I would love 37 million in my bank. But when you're talking Premier League, yeah. So I was going to have to really do a bit of, wheeling and dealing. If you're interested, Manchester City won the Premier League last year. Great. So Liverpool came second again and Chelsea came third. Right. Man United, I think, finished fourth, which is not going to happen in real life. Liverpool did beat Manchester City at something, and that was in the FA Cup. They also did a double, domestic cup double, taking both City's cups that they won the year before. I mean, Jesus Christ, this is a City-Liverpool battle. As a United fan, it annoys me. Obviously, we've got a great history, and it's a very proud history here at Forest. Now, we're back in the Premier League, and I'd love to do something special. It depends how long I can do this. I mean, it's 2-week beta, innit? So I've got some time, depends how much I can play. I'm going to try and make as many episodes as possible, really. But obviously, each episode, I've got to play a season. So it all depends. But I would love to get this club back into Europe somehow. Now, also, I had to take into account the club's vision. I didn't probably talk about this too much, but it is quite good. I mean, you get loads of it. It's like they give you 5-year plans. They'll say, right, we want to be in the Premier League in a certain year. We want to be going to Europe in a certain year. We want this, we want that. And, it's quite good. Maybe it adds a bit more pressure, really, because there's more chance of you maybe getting sacked, which is quite good in a way, because it keeps you on your toes, doesn't it? But one of the main things they want is me to sign like younger players. They don't want players over 30. And if you know me, usually when a player gets to 30, even if they're still decent, I get rid of them. I get a young player in. I like doing that. They want players like around the 23 and under age, which is great. So here are my transfers. We're going to go into them in a bit more detail in a second, but I spent about 20 million. Which ain't too bad. I only managed to bring in 2.4. Loads of other players have come in, like young players that my director of football and my head of youth are doing. I'm not sure how long I'm going to do that. It's a new thing in it where they do a lot more than they ever did before. And they really go for it. And I don't know if I want them to do that. I like to have control over most things. So I've left a lot of things to them guys just while I was playing the game. But the more I play, it was like, I've got my head around it now. It's the same game pretty much. It's just a few things in different places. So I was going to take more control of the club. Let's have a look at the loans. So I brought in 4, maximising all my loans because you need to, because I ain't got a lot of money. And I managed to get Daniel James. Now, I thought he was going to be better this year on here. He's one of our best players in real life at the minute. He's decent. And don't get me wrong, he's quick. He's worth a lot of money. And he played a few games for United last year. So I was surprised really that he's on loan. He's 22 years old. Welsh wizard. Can play on both wings. Next up, we've signed Trevo. Is it Trevo? Trevor. Looks like Trevor, man. Doesn't it? Chalalala. I can't say his name. I'm going to call him Trev. And 21-year-old. From Chelsea, can play at centre-half, can play as a defensive midfielder. Now, what I need to think about sometimes is maybe signing players with names I can say. You can't always do that, can you? You can't be that picky. Why can't everyone just be called Bob Smith? So we've got Tosin. That second name, Jesus Christ, he's English as well, but he's 22 years old. He's from City, can cover in a few other positions, but he spent like the last 2 years out on loan at 2 different clubs in the Championship. So, you know, he didn't blow me away straight away. But I like the idea, good young English centre-half, plus his contract runs out at the end of the year. And my last loan is Charles Alina, 22-year-old Spaniard from Barcelona, who I think is great. Loads of flair, can pass a ball, got some techers. He's not really a defensive midfielder, but he should play okay as a volante, and that's what he'll be doing. Now my first signing is Filippo Melagoni. I think that's how you say his name. We've got him from Pescara in Italy. Never heard of him, but he's got loads of potential. He's only 21, so he's perfect for what the club wants. It's cost me about 10 million combined, which is great. I like him. He's determined. He can pass. I like him. Hopefully he's going to be good for us. Next up is a 23-year-old German called Cedric that we've signed from Hanover, and I've signed him as a backup, even though I think he's quite good. I think he's decent, really. He's got decent finishing. Off the ball, composure's good. He's got a bit of pace as well, to be fair. Next lad has cost me about 11.25 million, I think, in total, and it's a goalkeeper. I wanted a new goalkeeper. There was loads out there that I really wanted and I couldn't get, so he just was the next one on the list, and we did a deal for him. But he's okay. He's massive. 23, so he's got loads of time to improve. He's 6'7", which is insane. Great aerial reach, great jumping reach. Next up was one of my biggest signings. He's going to cost me 17.5 million eventually if he plays all these games and scores a few goals. But it's another young player, and one I was really happy to get. Manuel Locatelli from, I can never say their name, Sassuolo, is it? In Italy. I think he's been somewhere else bigger originally, maybe Milan or Inter or something. But again, perfect for the tactic. That defensive midfielder who can pass a ball, has got something about him. My last signing was transfer listed. He's worth way more than they wanted. We got him for about 6.5 million from Real Madrid. He spent the last 2 years on loan anyway at Levante as Borgia, but he's pretty similar to the German. So I said the German's a backup. I think this lad's probably got more, he's better all around, even though he's a touch slower. I just liked him, and you know, he was cheap for me, I think. He's not really been prolific for Levante, but this is the volcano tactic. I think anyone who plays at the top of it on 19, and it seems 20, scores goals. Don't forget last year, we had this geezer, Rafa, another 23-year-old Spaniard on loan from Wolves. He's already a loan that's in place, so if you take over Forest yourself, he's already there. Probably very similar kind of player, and he scored a crap load of goals. 35 goals in 46 games for Forest for us last year, and before that he'd scored 7 in 30 for Las Palmas. So he ain't that prolific, but that last year has boosted his value, and now he's in the first team at Wolves. So I'll have to see what he does in the Premier League this year, compare, see if he goes off the boil again, because I do believe in this tactic. It's amazing. It's the Volcano. I've been using it a lot on FM19. It's the same file, just transfer it over. Tactics are the same, so it works. And I don't know if it's because it's the beta, but it's working amazing. I'm not saying I'm winning every game, but I've had fun with it. Look what we did last year. Can we do that again this year? You're going to have to wait and see. But it's worth a test for you. It's worth trying out. If you liked it last year, try it out again this year. The original I don't think exists anymore. It's been tweaked and tweaked and tweaked. Other people have tweaked and tweaked and tweaked it. This is the original, and I think it's okay at the minute. Once the beta's over, it might not work. That can happen sometimes, but for now, I'm having loads of fun. Now, the players we've kept and the players we've brought in are definitely what's that squad to think? Woohoo! But it's definitely a squad that could stay in the Premier League, especially with the Volcano and me as a manager doing my thing, and and the good staff we've been building. I had a bit of faith. Obviously, you've seen the goalkeeper, but we still got Samba, who's still pretty decent. He's going to be the backup. When it comes to right backs, that's staying the same. I mean, I like Carl Jenkinson, but he's 28, he's English. I'm hoping to stay in the Premier League. My plan would be to keep him as a backup maybe next year, see how he does this year, and get someone good hopefully, because I'm not happy with the backup. I mean, he's definitely on his last legs. Left back's the same really. I mean, Jack Robinson's decent, but he ended up, I mean, I like him on paper. I think he looks great. But Ribeiro played a lot more for me last year. But I'm going to see how they do again. A similar thing really. And whoever does the best, or, I mean, if they're similar, I don't know, I could cash in on him really. And I'm just going to scout and hopefully get a new left back next season. The centre halves, I mean, the defence is not screaming out great, but I'm hoping they're going to work well together. Joe Worrell, who's been here still, I like Joe Worrell. Captain, legend. Chamer, he's okay, the Spaniard. Obviously, you've seen Chabola, and the other guy from City have brought in. And then we've got Figueiredo, whatever he's called, Figueiredo, Tobias, 26-year-old. So we've got about 4. It's decent, isn't it? Into the middle, I'm quite happy with this year. I mean, the 2 Italian geezers have brought in a great. The guy from Chelsea, Trevo, you've seen. But, I like them all. I like him a lot. But we've got the guy from Barcelona. We've still got Samba So, who's 31. It's a bit old for me. Don't like 30-odd-year-old players. But, first year in the Premier League, you can't do much more. Let's just try and stay in the league and build. But it could be his last season. And then I've got Yatesy, actually, who's young and English. Right wing, nothing's changed. We've got Joe Lolly, who is decent enough to stay here and have a crack in the Premier League. He's going to be backed up by Matty Cash. He wants to go on to bigger and better things. Not yet, my son. Over to the left, forget Lolly. He's not going to be playing there, although he can. We've still got this guy, Carvalho, who's a central midfielder who can play out on the left naturally. But I'm going to be giving Daniel James a crack. Kid's got some pace, man. He might do something. And then up front, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. We've still got Grabadan, or whatever his name is. Lewis Graben, innit? Yeah, Lewis Graben, 31, definitely his last season. And then we've got the 2 new boys who you've seen, the German and Borgia, who I've got hoping he can do something. Now, we've gone from having the best staff in the Championship to not having the best staff in the Premier League, but that's fine. It's an expansion thing. Your scouting team's awful, but again, it's a working process. I'm just going to chip away here and try and stay in this league, really. That was the plan. And that's all they want to do, the board, really, is just fight bravely. I think that's the minimum thing you can have. Not really holding up much hope, are they? No one is, really. You've got to believe, though. Believe in the tactic. Believe in it. There's definitely a few teams here I think we're better than. Definitely so. We've just got to be better than 3 of them, really, aren't we? But when it came to the cups, didn't care less. A good cup one, it can be great. But I was going to be playing the B teams for that. Really was, because I didn't care about them. I wanted to concentrate 100% on staying in that Premier League. Here are some of the biggest deals that have happened over the summer. Harry Kane's left Spurs and gone to City for 106 million. Pogba has gone to Chelsea for 91 million for Manchester United. So there's been some massive moves. Justin Kluivert has gone to Arsenal. I had him a couple of times on all the rebuilds on FM19. Decent player. So, that's crazy. I mean, all these buying, spent 106 million on one player. It's getting silly, innit? Eh? My star striker cost me 6 million. Don't forget that. Pre-season was quite big again. I need to get my head around this. Even though I've got it set up to do it, they keep adding ones. I don't get how it is. And I mean, I don't know. I'm going to try and keep that smaller next year, I think. But for now, it was decent. We didn't lose a single game. We went to a lot of different places. But it was good. I think of it as team bonding. We need lots of new players. We've got to mesh together. Hopefully, it'll do us a favour. So, Forest are back in the Premier League. We've made our additions to the team. I think we look good enough to stay in it. But can we stay in it? We're going to find out over the course of this episode. So, let's fast forward to January and see what happened. This is our first ever Premier League game. At home, we won it 1-0 with a goal from Joe Lolly in the 80th minute. But it was great. Now, Bournemouth aren't the biggest club in the world, but they're well settled now in the Premier League. They've got a good manager, good players, and we dominated them, really. and I was like, if we can do this against teams like Bournemouth, there's other teams in this league who we could do it against. I initially thought, you know what, this is great, we could really do something special. What I didn't think is we'd be this special. Look where we are. Lost 6, drawn 1, won 12 games. Borgia, where's Harry Kane? Harry, 106 million quid. Where are you? Can't see him. But Borgia can. But we won our first 3 games. We beat Bournemouth, Everton, then we beat Leeds, which is good because we need to be beating the teams we come up with. So to beat them was fantastic. Then we lost 3 on the bounce, which is fair enough. We got beat off Chelsea. We got beat off Liverpool. We got annihilated off Liverpool. 2 goals from Daniel James. Then we got beat off United, which is fair enough. But we know we're doing it like I hope we would against teams that we should or could be beating. Beating Wolves, beating Watford, 2-1 nils, very close. Got beat off Arsenal. That's totally fine. It's like you're not expecting to win anything. You come out of it, you're like, it's okay. It's okay. And then you come back and you beat Brentford 5-1, which is fantastic because we came up with Brentford. So we need them kind of points. Beating Burnley, drawing with Southampton. Leicester, who just did one of the best games ever in real life, winning 9-0 was it or something, against Southampton. 8-2. 8-2. Borgia hat-trick. The tactic. I love it. I love it now more than ever. More than ever. Got beat off City. We're just getting we've got beat off big teams, haven't we? Think about it. Chelsea, Liverpool, United, Arsenal, City. Until we played West Ham and we got beat 1-0, but we beat Spurs 4-1. These 3 games as well, 1-0 against Villa, 1-0 against Palace, 1-0 against Newcastle, all very special games as well. So, wow. But like I said, I totally B-teamed it. When it came to match day, I looked at my squad in every position who's played the least amount. Even if they weren't fit, fine, you're going out there as a new 11. And the game itself was pretty even. Leicester, well, we scored an own goal by one of my best players, but it is what it is, right? It is what it is. We're out the cup. It's totally fine. I think that's helped us in the league. I really do. Defensively, we're doing okay. And when you looked at defensive mind, I bet you were thinking, nah, everyone's a bit like that, aren't they? They're okay. No one's got the head above the pile saying, I'm a decent player, but I could play for Manchester United or Liverpool, are they? But they're good. And they're getting to know each other and it's just working. The tactic's working. And we play attacking, we play high up, but we're doing okay. Obviously, we've let in a few goals against certain teams. But we've had a lot of 1-0s, it's been okay. What's great is though, we're scoring goals. We're 4th highest on the goal scoring charts, above City, Chelsea, Spurs. I mean, City. Have that. I was taking a mickey out of Harry Kane, but he ain't too far behind Borgia. He's 4th. He's got, 10 goals? He's got 12. But this is a kid, remember, who'd scored 7 goals in, 2 years at Levante. Stick him in this is amazing. Now, where is the guy from last year that we had? Well, he's playing. He's a first teamer. He did enough with us last year that they wanted him back. I mean, look at his season for us last year. Look at that. He was immense. The tactic. I think anyone can, with a certain amount of skill, can score a lot of goals in the VOLCANO. But he's gone to Wolves. Now, he's upped his level. He's in the Premier League. But he's got 4 in 17. Where Borgia has got 12 and 18. Look at his record in the past. 5 in 28, 3 in 29, 3 in 14. Stick him in the VOLCANO is prolific. What I think is really good is Daniel bloody James. He's fast. But I thought he didn't look amazing. Surprised United though had him out on loan. He's worth 30-odd million quid. My best player. 7 assists, 5 goals. Plays on the left wing with his right foot. Cuts in quite a bit. Can still cross it with his left. He's rapid. He's been absolutely amazing. Along with the other young player, this kid from, I can't say his second name, from City, whose contract's running out still. Keeping my eyes on that. Again, it doesn't blow you away. I mean, marking, tackling, position, 3 key attributes, I believe, for a centre-half are alright. He's 23 now as well. Interesting. Now, when it comes to everything else involving the club, at this point, I've not managed to get an affiliate that I wanted. I've not managed to improve the staff. Not managed to improve any facilities because we don't really got the money or anything like that. I was just playing game after game, and it's league game. And to be fair, the board have finally given me a good mark. Last year I was doing well, and I was getting like C pluses, C minus. I'm on an A plus, which is great because you've got so many things you want to achieve. But honestly, it's the tactic. It's the tactic just is killing the beta. I never go out to lose, but I do go out sometimes thinking I might, because the team I'm putting out there hasn't played that much, probably isn't as fit. And I don't normally do this, but I just felt like it was best to concentrate on the league. We're 6, and yeah, it's great. I mean, at the minute we're not in a Euro spot, but who cares? We're not in the bottom 3. Leeds are bottom of the league. Brentford are doing okay, right? Brentford are mid-table, and Brentford have qualified for this. Qualified for the Europa Conference League. I don't know what that is. I have no idea. I'll find out though. Leeds have already been relegated. They've been that bad. And Leeds, don't forget, won the league last year. We came second, and look where we are. I mean, we've lost 10 games. What's been good for us this year is we've just drawn, we've drawn 6 now. That's been great for us. So the second half of the season, it's been a bit sketchy. It's like a rainbow, I always call it. Got yellow, red, green, yellow, green, red, red, green. We've been beating off big teams like United and Arsenal and so on. Beat Brentford again, which is great. Beat Leeds 2-0, which is always great. And then the last few games just haven't been beat. Drawing 3, winning 3. That was something a little bit special. So we've got 3 games left. Always tough in the Premier League. We've got Newcastle away, West Ham at home, Spurs away. 2 of them on TV. But, we're 6 in the league. I'm not asked about what's what. I mean, there's a slim chance we could get into Europe. That'd be great. But I just want to stay in the league. Higher the better. That's more money. Better for our reputation. And I also want to make as much money as possible. As always, I'm going for those 2 money affiliates first. And the first one I could get was, I had a few options, all in the Far East. And I went for a team from the J League, a Japanese team called Seigan. And with those 3 games to go, I mean, we're looking all right. We've got Matty Cash out injured, but it's not too bad. We should survive. Daniel James, I mean, he's been immense for me. Look at him. He just loves it on that wing. Look how good he's been in the Premier League. Crazy, isn't it? It is crazy. This kid who I said I liked at the start, I think he's a great player. Probably going to have people fishing around him. Fishing around a few, my lads, to be fair. Borgia. Wow, look at that grin. It looks like he's had... You've seen hair transplant adverts when the hair looks like it's a bit too fake. Looks like he's had one of them hair transplants. No, I kid you not. Brentford, the team that came up from the playoffs last year and the team that have qualified for that Europe thing, they qualified for it because they won the Carabao Cup. But why haven't they just qualified for the Europa League? Is that a new thing? Please educate me, because I can't be asked Googling it. We played a great club with great fans at a great stadium in a great city. Newcastle. Away from home, never easy, beating them 2-1. We had a London team come to Nottingham and we beat them 1-0. Filippo getting us the goal. We played amazing, although they just had loads of chances, couldn't really score. We had to go down to London and play the mighty Spurs, drawing 1-1, the usual man, the man himself, everyone's hero, scored our goal. We're probably lucky. They played better, they had more ball, they had more shots. So yeah, very, very good point for us. And we finished 6th, but we also somehow got into Europe. Now I'm guessing that's because of something, maybe another team's won a cup or something, I have no idea, or they're in a cup. I have no idea. I'm crap at things like this, but we didn't have a Euro spot before, and with Brentford winning the Carabao Cup, I didn't think we were going to, but somehow it's appeared. I'll take that, thank you very much. Just in case you didn't notice, Borgia, top goal scorer, Harry Kane behind him. Look at all these players that are behind him. Financially, finishing 6th has been amazing for the club. We've now got 43 million in the bank, and they're going to give me a same budget really, 36 million, but at least this time we've actually got it, unlike last year where we were actually in debt. So we baby steps, man, baby steps. And I achieved a lot with 20 million last year. I was going to have to do the same this year. Look for players that are transfer listed and unwanted really, that have still got a bit of class and the young. Well, there we go. That is the end of episode 2 of Rebuilding Nottingham Forest. Hopefully you enjoyed it enough to smash the like button and comment down below. Let's get chatting about the save and about FM20. Let me know how it's going for you guys. I really want to know. I'm enjoying it. It's going to be interesting to see how it progresses through the beta into the game. But yeah, great second season. Amazing, really. I think going out of the cups early was great, and we've blown it away in the league, haven't we? We're in Europe next year. Bloody brilliant. Not got loads to spend, but I think it should be good, and there's loads of news coming next year with the club. Thank you. Hopefully you're having a great day. I love you. Be happy. I'm Bood. I'll see you next time.